Hey, my friend, and welcome to Mile High Living. I'm Emily McKinsey. Mental health can be a tough conversation to have for many people, but with the help of the Aurora Mental Health Center, that conversation can be a little bit easier. I'm here with Dr. Danielle Jackman. You are the Director of Diversity, Equality, and Inclusion at the Aurora Mental Health Center. Thank you for being with us today.
Thank you.
I love talking about mental health. It's one of my favorite conversations, and I'm curious, what would you say is your overall mission at the Mental Health Center of Aurora?
Yeah, thank you so much for inviting me to the table. To me, Aurora Mental Health Center is about really embedding into our diverse community where we can offer state-of-the-art, trauma-informed and person-centered care to all community members where they can thrive and not just survive life.
Thriving and not surviving. It's something I say to myself every day. I love that mission. Now, Dr. Danielle, why is it so important, in your opinion, that the African American communities and the Latino communities get involved in the conversation about mental health?
Yeah, well, that's a really great question and a deep question as well. You know, a mental health and health care in marginalized populations, including African American and the Latino or Latinx populations, have been for so long stigmatized, both externally and within those communities. And I always say, you shouldn't have a conversation about us without us. And so from that perspective, it's really important that we have people coming to the table, sharing their voice and their lived experiences so others may resonate with that and really get a sense of why taking care of our mental health, taking care of our health care overall is really important. Yeah.
Now, Dr. Danielle, you work with all sorts of people at the Aurora Mental Health Center. Is that
Yes.
correct? Tell me more about some of the people that you work with.
We serve a wide variety of populations, from refugee and immigrant communities, people who have been undocumented. We serve people with acute mental illnesses. We serve people with dual diagnoses, so they have a mental illness and they may have a physical illness as well. We also serve people in the community that have been in the correctional facilities and dealing with their court case, but want to also get help with their mental health care. So we serve those folks as well. We serve anything in the developmental gamut from early childhood to older adults. Yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yes.
And you personally, what is your favorite group to work with?
I love working in the adolescent population and really diving deep into what really gives them a sense of purpose, what really helps them orient their futures, and how that then drives their behavior and behaviors. So whether they're engaging in risky behavior or more pro-social behaviors, and then what sort of interventions and prevention programs, which we also offer, that could really help to elevate those spaces so that they can move in the direction of being proactive in the community and model citizens.
That's fantastic. Now, Dr. Danielle, I know you have a special event coming up this spring. Let's talk about that.
So exciting. We have our second annual virtual summit series. It's Anti-Racism Summit Series that we're offering free of charge to anyone in the community that wants to participate and move on this journey with us. We are embarking on a journey of discovery and a journey of movement where anti-racism is not just a noun, but an actual practice that we are doing. And it's the core of our mission, of our vision, of our purpose. And so one of the things that I really think is important, Mother Teresa once said, "I alone cannot change the world, but I can cast a stone into the waters that create many ripples." And so we alone cannot be the whole of anti-racism, but we can really offer our services and offer the summit to everyone so that they can then start becoming an anti-racist organization or just communities that really embody anti-racism.
That is so interesting. I'm so glad you're doing that. And real quick, tell us where people can find the information about this summit.
They can find out at aumhc.org.
All right. Dr. Danielle, thank you so much for being with us today. Learn more about the Aurora Mental Health Center and the free virtual diversity summit that is happening this April at aumhc.org or by calling 303-617-2300. They paid for today's segment. Well, have you noticed that your heating bill is skyrocketing lately? If those old windows are not doing the job of keeping the heat in and the cold out, we have just the man for the job. Dave Thomas from Lifetime Windows has what you need to know.
right now, no one wants all that cold air in their home, right? You've got the thing that can keep that out.
Well, actually, it kind of works the opposite. We want to keep the heat in.
Heat in, cold air out.
Yes, okay.
Yes.
So two ways to really look at a window, what it's doing. And most of us have vinyl windows in our house. That's what most homes are new construction built out of. Plastic windows today. I mean, yesterday, I think it hit like 68 degrees in the afternoon and then dropped back down to craziness this morning. And that vinyl window is just absolutely contracting like nobody's business. So it's allowing all that air infiltration to come in through all the gaps in the seams. The other thing is, what is the glass doing for us? Okay, in order to keep your heat in your house, most windows are filled with argon. Argon is a colorless, tasteless, odorless gas, 5 times denser than air, works as an insulator. The problem, as everyone knows, is it doesn't stay in the window. Right? It leaks out over time. We have other problems with argon here in Denver because if you build a window at sea level, glass sealed the vacuum, and you drive it here to Denver at a mile high, guess what happens? The glass starts to expand because the pressure builds up. Buy a bag of Doritos in Kansas, take it up over Vail Pass, and when it blows up in the back seat, it scares the rip out of you, right? Exactly what's happening. So if you're feeling cold through the windows and in the glass in particular, if your windows are more than 10, 15 years old, it's probably because there's no argon in there. Yeah. And the only thing that's keeping the heat in the house is 2 panes of glass. It's not working. So how do we get around that? Well, one, you put a Marvin Infinity fiberglass window in your house because it doesn't expand and contract. You're not going to get all the air infiltration through the window. Glass is a thermoset product. It's not moving. You can see that the glass is actually encapsulated in the fiberglass in a vacuum chamber. No glaze beads because it doesn't experience seal failure. And this is the magic sticker. Energy Star rated in all 50 states. What Marvin does is they actually put a hard coat on the inside pane of glass, which deflects or repels the shortwave radiant heat back into your house. So it's not dependent on argon. It's not going to decrease in efficiency over time. This is the best of the best.
Yes, absolutely. In addition to that, you guys also have amazing Google reviews and give back to the community. If you don't want to believe us, just go right ahead and look for yourself on Google. And then you can also check out the fact that you give back.
We do. A portion of every sale since the beginning of the pandemic still goes to support Coloradans in need with the Food Bank of the Rockies. We're an official sponsor of the Rockies. Left field wall, excited for baseball season this year. Contribute to the zoo as well. Like I said, we're locally owned. We're not a big box store or a national franchise. We're brick and mortar right here. We care about what we install, which is why we've selected and been vetted to sell two of the best products in the market. We are the largest Marvin Infinity replacement dealer in the country and the largest resider of James Hardie in the country.
Give them a call.
Lifetime is offering a great deal. Right now, everything is 25% off. That's 25% off windows, doors, siding, and installation. They also offer 0 down and 0 interest, plus 0 payments for 2 years. Call 1-800-GET-WINDOWS or go online, lifetimewindowscolorado.com. They paid for today's segment, and we'll be right back.